So in the previous modules, we talked about the common entry-level roles and your starting points into the world of tech. Fun fact, they're all obviously without a degree or without experience. Now let's talk about what the upside can look like and the different avenues these roles can lead to. So along the top, we have the classic SDR track. On average, companies treat outbound or BDR as a semi-promotion because it is a bit of a harder role, but that's still not to say you can start off as an outbound BDR. It's completely doable. I've seen it happen many times. From there, you can get into SDR management, where the compensation is actually not bad. At bigger companies, I've seen SDR managers get north of 150 K USD in terms of compensation for managing large inbound and outbound SDR teams, but this will be company specific. And it comes down to whether you just like to be a manager or you actually love the game of sales and want to progress down the AE track. So within AE, the three common ones are SMB or micro, MM or mid-market, and enterprise. And this is just classifications for the account sizes you'd be selling into. So SMB is the smallest deals in terms of AEs. Enterprise is large enterprise, big corporate logo companies that you sell into. So the same role, just different nuances in terms of the company size and the complexity of deals as you progress further along. From realistically either of these, you can hop across into partnerships management or into more of an AE manager or commercial country business unit manager. A lot of this tends to be nuanced at the company you work for in terms of what they want to see from you and how much experience and tenure they want before they put you into a management role. Enterprise AE is obviously the big juicy one. And this is where you can be working deals from as little as 3 to 400K per year contract value, all the way into deep seven figures, $1 million deals, depending on, once again, industry, product suite, complexity, all that good stuff. And on the top end, we have go-to-market management, so head of GTM, VP of sales, chief revenue officers, and they can be on really big compensation packages, comfortably clearing 500, 600, 7K a year in terms of packages, which would include company stock or stock options on top of their salary and commission, etc. Some notable mentions here is RevOps. So revenue operations is where you're more on the back end side of the sales engine. So you'd be more so setting up and maintaining the tools that the sales team uses. So the CRM, all the call dialing softwares, all the note-taking softwares, transcription, internal AI processes and efficiencies, that tends to fall within revenue operations. Sales enablement is basically sales coaching. So once you've attained a level of experience and expertise in either SDR, BDR, or account exec, and you don't want to manage, you don't want to do the day-to-day anymore, you can hop across to enablement, which is where you're watching game tape from the reps, you're coaching them, you're doing feedback sessions, role plays, and you also play a pretty instrumental part in terms of onboarding new reps, providing that initial training to help them get caught up to speed pretty quick. Customer success sits at the tail end of the sales process. So once an SDR is handed over to an AE, AEs close them, they tend to hand over to customer success. And the customer success has two main roles. Firstly, to upsell, so it's called land and expand. We have, say, an account spending 100K a year in terms of ARR, annually recurring revenue, getting them to use more of the platform, take more services, use more credits, whatever that looks like, and make that account worth more to the business, upselling them. And the second key thing they have, arguably more important, is to minimize churn, making sure that the tool we've implemented or the platform solution service we've put out there is instrumental and baked into the prospect's business or the account, and making sure they're using it in the correct way, it's been set up properly, and they're getting value from it so that they don't churn, which means stop using us, stop paying, and potentially go back to what they were doing, or even worse, go to a competitor. Partnerships management is similar to an account exec, but you're not getting new business, you're more so getting on partners and managing existing partners, with the main goal being that partner companies refer your company leads. in terms of, say you're tax and accounting software, you would go partner with accounting practices so that when they have a new customer come on board for tax filings and they need a solution to be able to log receipts or whatever is needed, they recommend your product, they recommend your services and your software, and it'll be interchangeable. You'd be recommending them back, or you'd be giving them a kickback from closed revenue from their referrals. And partner managers have more of a relationship building role, more attending events, taking partners out to conferences, lunches, etc. Now, there is another path that most people don't know about and most people don't talk about, and that's fractional contract stacking. So being fractional basically means either one of those roles we just talked about, but on a part-time basis as an independent contractor or through your own business, and providing an outsourced sales service to another company. Companies do this for a variety of reasons. It can be that they're an early stage startup and they cannot afford a full-time hire just yet, so they'd rather outsource it via contract. Or it can be a company that just wants a short-term engagement. They just want a GTM, go-to-market build-out for 6 months, and they don't want to keep someone around full-time. Many reasons go into it, but it's definitely the fastest growing field within sales, or within tech sales especially, and it's somewhere where you can run multiple contracts at the same time, more or less stack them up, so that instead of working one full-time role, you're managing multiple outsourced roles, and the earn can actually outweigh a full-time role. In terms of how you get this, they're listed on various places across the internet, mainly job boards, contract boards. We've got obviously a custom SaaS that I've developed to help you find these, pick them out across geography. So be sure to check that out. All sorts of filters for you to find these fractional roles. But as you can see, fractional SDR, IT consulting, personal B2B, outbound, these are actual roles, not just telemarketing roles. So that's the last module from this course in terms of an overview and introductory to sales and the world of tech sales. So as part of the community, if you're watching this on the community, there will be a ton of supporting PDFs and resource content for you to explore these topics further. And there will be courses and modules deep diving each one of these things we've just talked about across the last 5 videos. If you're watching this on YouTube or elsewhere, strongly recommend you check out the community. Ton of resources in there, regular calls, group calls, ton of value being shared, exclusive job listings within the community, all that good stuff. So the Skool link will be made available. Check it out. And as always, look forward to connecting with you all and chat soon.